name is Jess, and today I'm going to lead you through my first full-sized, full-length yoga sequence. So bear with me, I'm brand new. The cueing might be a little off, but I'm trying my best, and I'm sure that I'll improve with time, because that's how things go. So before we begin, we are just going to do a little breath work to calm ourselves, to bring ourselves into this space, and to really allow ourselves to focus on our practice and start working on focusing on our breath. So bring your hands down to your sides. You're going to raise your hands up above your head into a prayer position. When your palms touch, you are going to start to inhale through your nose, bringing your hands down to your center. And as soon as your hands begin to part, exhale, bringing them back up above the crown of your head. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more rounds of breath like this. You can close your eyes if you would like to. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Allow yourself just to be here. Really root down into the ground. This is your time. Now, bring your hands back down to the ground. Okay, take your left hand, place it on your right knee. We're just going to do a easy side twist. So left hand to right knee, you're gonna use that to sort of twist yourself back to get a nice stretch in your spine. So bring your left hand onto your right knee, take your right hand, place it behind you on the floor. You are going to turn and glance out over that right hand, so you should be looking toward the back wall. Using this left hand to press just slightly, not too hard, to give yourself a nice twist. Breathe in and exhale. Stay here for a few breaths. On your inhale, think about getting taller, your crown of your head reaching toward the ceiling. And on the exhale, think about twisting just a little bit deeper. One more cycle of breath here. Big inhale. And exhale. Bring your gaze back to the front of the room and release your hand. Second side, take your right hand to your left knee, left hand out behind you, gazing toward the back of the room, just over that left hand. Inhale, let your crown reach to the ceiling, and exhale, twist just a little bit further. A couple more breaths here, thinking again about that left hand pushing into, or your right hand pushing into your left knee. On your next exhale, bring your gaze back to the front of the room, unwind. And we are going to come to a standing position at the top of our mats. So we will come up into mountain pose right here. I want you to stay here at the front of your mat. I'm actually going to turn so that you can see what we're doing, but you are going to stay here facing the front of your mat. So feet root down into the ground and raise your arms up as you inhale and clasp your hands up above your head. Deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring your arms down into a goal post or cactus position to get a nice opening through your chest, your heart space, and a big stretch in your back. Inhale, arms up. Take your right hand, wrap it around your left wrist, root down into this left leg, and side stretch. You should feel this all the way down the side of your body. The more you root down in that left foot, the more you'll feel this stretch. Couple breaths here. If you want to twist your head up to look into your elbow, you can. If that's too much for your neck, just stay facing forward. That's fine too. Inhale back to center. Switch your arms and side bend to your left with that right foot rooting down into the mat. If you would like, go ahead and gaze up into your arm. Inhale, back to center. Reach up to the sky. Now, as you exhale, bring your arms down all the way into forward fold. We're going to flow through that one more time. Go ahead and slowly roll back up into mountain pose. Hands facing forward. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, grasp onto that wrist and side bend, root that foot down. Inhale, center, switch your grip, and exhale. Inhale to the top and swan dive down into forward fold. I'll join you here at the front of your mat. From here, I'd like you to step back into a plank position. Make sure your weight is distributed evenly through your feet and through your hands, gazing just past the front of your mat. And take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, move back into downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet out right here, giving your calves a nice stretch, whatever feels good to you. Once you're nice and stretched out in those hamstrings, those calves, go ahead and see if you can bring your heels down just a little bit closer to the mat. It's okay if they don't touch. Big inhale and exhale. Now on the next inhale, step forward with your left foot right in between the palms of your hands. Inhale, lift your left arm up toward the ceiling, looking up toward your fingertips. Feeling a nice stretch through your hamstrings, your quads, thinking about keeping your hips square to the mat and letting this shoulder drop down behind you. Deep inhale. And exhale your hand back down to the mat. Step back into plank. Come down to mid-plank. Shift your weight forward. Up dog. Inhale. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Same thing, other side. This time, step forward with your right foot right in between your hands. Lift that right arm up toward the sky. Thinking about keeping your hips square to the mat, letting your shoulder drop down behind you. Inhale. And exhale, hand comes back down to the mat. Go ahead, take a vinyasa, step back into plank. Up dog, inhale. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Let's do that one more time. Step forward with your left foot. Left hand comes up, inhale, and exhale back down to the mat. Step back with your left foot, vinyasa, and downward facing dog. One more time, right side. On your next inhale, step forward with your right foot. Right hand comes up to the ceiling. Exhale, back down to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Now, bring your knees down to the mat. We're going to take just a little child's pose here. So we're working our shoulders quite a bit, and we're going to come back into another sequence similar to that. with just a few changes. So enjoy this child's pose. When you're ready, shift back into tabletop, back up into a downward facing dog position. This time, again, we're going to step forward with our left foot. But this time, bring your right knee down to the mat, coming up into a crescent pose. Deep inhale here. And exhale, your arms open. Now on the next inhale, you are going to come up into a warrior one position by pressing down through your front foot. So roll your back toes under. Inhale to warrior one. Now exhale, bring your arms forward all the way around into airplane pose. Inhale, arms come up. And open up into warrior two. Let the back arm come down onto your leg. Reverse your warrior, reaching up for the sky. And cartwheel your arms back down to the mat, stepping back out into a plank, vinyasa if you'd like, or just meet me at the back of the mat in downward facing dog. Again, right side, step forward with your right foot, bringing your left knee to the ground, arms up, inhale, and exhale, cactus. Inhale up into warrior one, and then fall. Let your back foot come around into warrior two. Reverse your warrior, and cartwheel your arms back down to the ground. Vinyasa. All right, let's flow with it. Left foot steps forward to the front of the mat. Back knee comes down, crescent pose. Exhale. And inhale up into warrior one. Come to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. And cartwheel back down to the mat. Vinyasa. Inhale, right foot forward. Up into crescent. Exhale. Inhale up to warrior one. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. And cartwheel back down to the mat. Vinyasa right here. This is always optional. Left leg forward. Back knee down, crescent pose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up into warrior. Open up into warrior two. Reverse. And cartwheel your arms back down to the mat. Steps back. Vinyasa. Right foot comes forward. Knee to the ground. Crescent. Cactus arms. Inhale up. Into warrior one. And exhale into warrior two. Reverse your warrior. And cartwheel back down to the mat. One more time on each side after this vinyasa. Go ahead and take it if you like. Remember, this is always optional. You can always just meet me back in a downward dog. Take a deep breath here in. And sigh it out. Last time here, we're going to do it one more time on each side. So, left foot comes forward to the front of the mat. Back knee down, up into crescent. Exhale. Inhale, and rise up into warrior one. Let your back heel drop into warrior two. Reverse warrior, and cartwheel back down to your mat. Vinyasa, last time. This time we'll do it on the right side. Step forward with your right foot, knee to the ground, crescent pose. Exhale, and inhale up into warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Reverse. And cartwheel back down to your mat. Take your final vinyasa here. Inhale on your up dog and exhale. Into downward facing dog. Great job. Come down to your knees and allow yourself to just take a child's pose here. Few deep breaths. You can probably feel some heat in your body now at this point. That's a good thing. A few more breaths in child's pose. Just let your forehead rest on the floor. Catching your breath. Okay, we're coming back up into that downward facing dog again. So go ahead and press your hands and your feet into the earth. This time, I want you to lift your left leg up behind you. Come into a three-legged dog position. Think about keeping your shoulders square to the ground and the same amount of weight in each of your palms as you come into this position. Now we are going to open up our hips. So let your left leg fall down behind you and let your hip open. Knee reaching up to the sky. As high as you can. Remember, think about keeping those shoulders square and pressing through your hands. Now on your next breath in, you are going to bring that left foot forward into a pigeon pose. Right here, you can keep your left foot, could be at a 90-degree angle if that works for you. Think about keeping this right leg or this right hip right underneath you. So you're kind of sitting on top of it. You should feel a really good stretch right here through your glutes and your hamstrings. So you can stay right here if you like. Otherwise, if you want a deeper stretch, you can go ahead and come down closer to the ground. If that doesn't work for you, you can always grab a yoga block to kind of bring the floor closer to you. A couple more breaths right here. Just let yourself relax into this stretch. All right. Come back up to your fingertips, your hands. We're going to step back into downward facing dog. We're going to repeat this on the other side. So step backwards, come back into your downward dog position. This time you're going to come into a three-legged dog, lifting your right leg up behind you. Let your leg fall down behind you, or your foot fall down behind you. Reach your knee up to the sky and allow your hips to open up toward the wall behind you. Think about, again, keeping those shoulders square to the ground and the weight distributed evenly between the three limbs that are touching the ground. On your next inhale, bring your right foot all the way forward into pigeon pose. Reposition your feet if you need to. And breathe in and out. If you'd like a deeper stretch, come forward down onto your elbows. You can rest your head on the mat if you would like. And remember, you can always use that block if you want to bring the ground up toward you. Raise back up. Take your right foot back behind you again into downward facing dog position. And bring your knees back down to the mat into a tabletop position. We're just going to do a little bit of cat-cow right here to stretch out our back. So take a deep breath in. And as you do, let your stomach come down, your sit bones up, breathing in. And then on your exhale, push the floor away and round through your spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, come to a sitting position. We're going to lie down on our mat. Go ahead and spread out on your mat. Take one hand to your belly and one hand to your chest. Go ahead and close your eyes. Allow yourself to relax. Breathe. Relax your forehead. Relax your jaw. Just let yourself sink into the mat. You can let your feet fall to the side. Let everything relax. You can thank yourself for all the work you did today. You're doing this for you. Feel that energy that you created in your body moving throughout your body as you inhale and exhale. You may stay here as long as you like. You deserve it. Thank you so much for hanging with me throughout this class. I'm just learning, like I said, the cueing, it'll all get better, I promise. So, I hope that you will subscribe, and I hope that I will see you back here again. Thank you for practicing with me today.